only dude in the world that has a schedule.
We
My
back on the
bad.
Sunday. We back on this Sunday.
Oh,
Got
took a
our
week
we got
off. My phone
our
flapping.
it looks like we have
Y'all
our
think about
fucking
that shit. The OC,
our
bro.
fucking
The OC
coaching staff. Our coaching staff kind of complete now, right? Most of our coaching staff's kind of complete. It looks like it's there while the main parts are there. So that's good, man. That's good. I mean, how do we feel about it? We'll talk about that right now. But I mean,
You
we
guys
got
ain't gonna like my answer.
since our last show. I don't think we had nobody really set in stone. And now I think now that we didn't have no show Tuesday or Thursday, so both of them got signed this week. So like, did we talk about Patrick Graham on the last Sunday show?
No, he wasn't. He
So
wasn't.
okay, so yeah, so we'll be
But
real quick, our feelings,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? How we feel, you know what I mean, about that shit. But I know Gravy. I know. The reason why I felt like I think we talked about it is because I was in that chat with him and Leo and shit like that when he was on that show, and yeah, I was up there, so I thought we talked about it. Like I was just typing so fucking much, dog, in that bitch. So I was like, it felt like I was arguing with Gravy on screen.
nah,
He said,
Like,
like, I'm
what
always
you
like,
did, like,
you guys never argue. It's always me.
if it was
It's always me.
Patrick Graham, if it was Patrick Graham, yes, but if it's Chip Kelly, I'm cool with that.
No. It was that what you were talking about on that show was the Patrick Graham.
Yeah,
That's why I
don't-
felt like we talked about that.
I'll
that
accept
sort
that,
of
but I gotta see, bro. He needs to improve and
I just think that
very, very
Pete Carroll's like added twist to the defense, and you know, like I think just his what he's gonna add to that defense as well. Dog. Like I don't think I think that's what's going to have this defense playing a lot better. Plus, I think they're gonna be able to get some good players coming in.
yeah.
And I think it's that also what I liked about the Patrick Graham. I think what the most important thing with the Patrick Graham, I think they did that for the amount of free agents that we have to re-sign that are like that. I think that maybe have that chemistry with Patrick Graham or something like the Morrigs, you know what I mean? The possibly Hobbs. I know for sure probably like the Spillanes. I like the way Chason came about. You know what I mean? Coons. We'll see what they do with him. So that could be a big reason why they re-signed him too, because just the familiarity that those guys have with him, maybe not wanting to go somewhere else and you know just continue it here because they have kind of the concept of the defense already.
Mm-hmm. They got
Well,
They got
what
a
you
new
think?
linebackers coach. Huh?
Yeah, they do got a new
I-
linebackers coach.
Close the door, please.
He was the
I think
linebackers coach for Seattle, right? When they were in Seattle.
It's probably, I don't know. Cardwell was the linebackers coach there, but he probably went on to better things. But if you've been a head coach already and you're a linebacker coach, so that I don't have a problem with that, bro. Position coaches, I don't have a problem with. But we got. I think we did right with the two OC and DC. I'll deal with Patrick Graham. He just needs to get better at certain areas that I think. And you know, a lot of people don't agree with me on those. They tired of seeing all that I talk about the third downs in the red zone, and then the points before half. You know, I'll keep saying it until you guys are blue in the face. But if don't hold your breath, if it happens again, then I'm gonna be bitching about it again.
So you're saying that you don't think Graham could pull it off? Like you don't think Graham could like actually? Because I mean,
I have confidence in him, though.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, because
Go ahead,
I mean,
bro.
pretty much he's only had like really one, maybe two good seasons as a DC. And one of them, you had Big Cat over there in New York, and New York really didn't do nothing, and they started to dwindle off because all they had was defense. Everywhere he goes, a lot of people say that he's like, you know what I'm saying, smart guy, knows football and whatever or not. I don't want to really throw him under the bus because I mean, look at the development of Maury. Look at what Crosby's been under him. You know what I'm saying? Like Crosby was building, but like, you know what I'm saying? Last couple of years, I mean, besides barring injury, he's been doing pretty good. Epps came in and everyone was like, "Oh, Epps ain't gonna be nothing." And Epps under the system when he was healthy, he was all over the place. You see Spillane fucking grow in this position. So I don't really want to completely throw him under the bus. I do want to kind of maybe have a second look at Jones because we were so pumped up with fucking fuck, I already forgot our coach's name. AP. Coach AP, like, you know what I mean? I don't think he's probably going to be the type of caliber defensive player that actually Graham would want. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't want to completely throw Graham under the bus. I'm just saying, Jack Jones. Yeah, that's all I'm really looking at, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be that much better than what he has been, but any coach is going to suffer moving forward when they have a lot of their star players out and they don't got no pass rush. They came close to trying to build the same shit that he had in New York with Wilkinson, but he's fucking got injured, so you didn't really see it develop. So I'm not really going to throw him under the bus. Also, the guy that actually helped Gus Bradley develop his fucking Legion of Boom was our defensive coordinator, which he was. That he's gonna learn from one of the best, which is our head coach, is fucking Pete Carroll. So I'm not really too worried about the defensive side of the ball, to be honest with you. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's great, but I mean, Salah, I wouldn't see any difference between him and Salah, especially in this environment with with our head coach. That's all I'm saying.
The right.
It wasn't my pick. It wasn't my pick.
I think the main guy at the top is what I think gives the rest of the guys gives me confidence in the rest of the guys. I think Pete's way to like kind of control steer the ship has me to where these guys are going to do what they're most comfortable at. You know what I mean? Like just be that, especially with I think PG's familiarity with this defense already. And then, like I said, I think Pete puts himself in that room with them. You know what I mean? Kind of, and like, you know what I mean, helps out the little, the kind of the little things where he might just tweak it here and there. You know what I mean? A little bit of defensive philosophy. You know what I mean? It's just, but I don't think nothing drastic. But I just think that it's just his added, what he does, like that, like what they say, that compete Pete, that type shit. Like every day they're competing to be, you know what I mean, against one another and shit like that. So it's like, I just think they get better at that. And then I like Chip Kelly just being there as an offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Chip Kelly being there as an offensive coordinator, I think it's good. Now I think we have to get a guy that's, can run that type of offense though too. And for sure, like this really makes me think of, we're definitely going for a quarterback now, because I do not have no confidence whatsoever in AOC being able to run this type of offense effectively. It's just like, I don't know, man. I just don't see. I see him like, I just don't see him like being like that effective in this type of offense. They're going to have to get somebody that runs like, you know what I mean? It's just has some type of with this offense. I know some, I've seen Raider Paul, said a couple of times about Will Howard. Yeah. I mean, the good thing with him is that he might be able to be picked, later on in the draft if that's the way we're going. But I don't know, man. For sure, I just don't. The only thing I will say is it looks like AOC's days are numbered for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Totally different quarterback than what we thought we would. Now we're into the Shadir Sanders, Lotto, the guy from Miami, Lotto, the guy from
what
Oregon,
about the running
Lotto.
back? I like the running back from
the running back from Ohio very State. Important.
No, the running back from Ohio State. Like, we don't go like Omarion Hampton, like that guy Jukins. That guy's pretty damn good, man. And then, like, both of them, Henderson, the guy Trey Henderson is good too, but I like that guy Jukins. He looks more versatile for some reason. Like the other guy looks more of like a guy who could probably carry the ball, 20 times, like that Trey Henderson. But it looks like that guy Jukins can do that too, but he looks like he's more versatile, like going outside. You know what I mean? Catching the screen passes and kind of like busting it. Like I like that dude, but we'll see what kind of influence this Chip Kelly hire has with the picks. You know what I mean? That they end up picking in the draft. You know what I mean? Especially on the offensive side.
Well, if you gotta look at it like, go ahead. Go ahead, Greg.
What's your point? The thing with me with Chip Kelly, if I could go, is we're gonna get supreme faster. So the thing about Chip Kelly and what he does is that what he did in the NFL is he brought that tempo style offense to the NFL, and it worked. It worked, and that's the type of offense I get. It's an air raid offense, but he runs the football in a fashion to where he uses a lot of different dynamics. It's a zone blocking scheme, and he does a lot of pin and pull stuff, and he does a lot of moving around. You got to have offensive linemen that what we got. That JPJ he could pull. We just got to get another. I don't know if Parham could pull or any of those other guys, but we're going to get faster because his type of offense is in the perimeter, and if you go outside, then he's going to get you at that. And then the plays are going to be much. You're going to have 70, probably to 80 plays a game if the offense offensively, 70 to 80 plays a game offensively. Yeah, like you won't even see that clock probably go to 20. And the play will be going like that. He wears the defense down in that way. Tempo. Everything is no huddle. Tempo. And then that's what is successful in right now. That's why it's such a great pick that Pete Carroll's seen that. And then this type thing that he's implementing. If he implements it the right way, we're going to get faster. We're going to get bigger. The offensive linemen are going to be lean and with good feet and quick. And pulling all over the place, and that's what I want to see. You know what I mean? That's gonna be great to watch. Raiders ain't never been like that. And we got something coming. If Chip Kelly can run that offense, that's why Gabe, you see this when I put that notion in there. Shady McCoy's gonna be pissed off because he don't like Chip Kelly. The reason why he don't like
The only thing that scares me with Chip Kelly is that, like, if we don't get a quarterback, dog, that can run his offense, it could look very ugly out there because it could make the defense look what it was last year, because it puts the defense right in tough situations at times when, you're trying to run a fast offense, and you know what I mean? And then you only take like 20 seconds off the clock sometimes and you're punting. You know what I mean? So it's like
just fast.
You have to be able to sustain, drives with his type of offense to make it, like what it's intended to do. You know what I mean? Tire the defense out later on, and that's when you can start running, your heavier run packages and stuff like that. So it's like that's what it needs to. Hopefully that's what needs to. This just tells me that quarterback and running back are going to be an emphasis for sure. Like, I think for sure quarterback and running back are going to be an emphasis in fucking in free agency. That this for sure gives me that indication to me for some reason. Like, it's just because he needs that 4 or 5 yards for those drive starters and shit like that. Your LaMichael James, in fucking in when they were in Oregon and shit like that. Like, he gets those type of guys where it makes it easier to run the second and third down. You know what I mean? With fast pace. You know what I mean? When you're starting off, your first down positive. So it's like we're going to have to emphasize on getting a good back. Maybe even high, like say second, third round, or like I would say. I think people are sometimes say that's still reaching in second round. I would want to, but fuck it. I mean, third round, the latest to me. Like, I know people say you can get some good value in the later drafts and later on in the drafts with the running back, but now you want to go get a top back in this draft. You don't want to just get a good value back in this draft later. You want to go get a good back in this draft, like a good fucking Omarion Hampton. You know what I mean? Like those guys that are up on the top of the draft. Not, you know what I mean? A lot of them are already going to go in the first round anyway, but you can't wait. You can't hope to wait around the 4th, 5th round and and still be able to get one of those type of guys. Yeah, you might get some value down there, but you're not gonna get one of those guys, and you need one of them here.
For me, the way I look at like the hire and the way Chip Kelly's actually going to do some shit, I was like reading some of the stuff and I was watching some of his film, what he does, how he does it, what he's looking at. You know what I mean? One of the bigger points that you guys are talking about was a quarterback. It doesn't matter who they bring in. If we bring in a Monroe that can kind of run the system, you bring in a Dart, you bring in even Howard, man, because Howard actually, played decent. I think I've seen a couple games. A couple. I think it was like some highlights and shit when I was watching, the finals in college. He actually he plays pretty good, bro. But the one thing that both of these guys have in common is that they can get a quarterback to do exactly what they need them to do in their offense. You know what I mean? Pete Carroll, hey, when he got Russell Wilson was what, a third, fourth round pick? What was he? Third round pick? Fourth round? And too short, this, that, and the third. But Pete, had his staff doing, basically like, I guess you would say molding him, you know what I mean? Getting him into the situation that he can, coming out of Wisconsin and shit like that. So anybody I feel can, basically flourish in this system because it is more of a college fun, like high paced, you know what I mean, type of shit to where it's like you're gonna need the younger players moving and stuff like that. So I'm excited, bro. Like any quarterback right now that's like actually like even Cam Moore, say if we move up and say Shador's gone, we fucking trade. However it works, we get Cam Moore. I think any quarterback coming in right now is going to like flourish into this whole thing just because of who they are. You guys got to give him respect. Even though Chip Kelly was a shit head coach, he still put up numbers. You know what I mean? So he's settled into the position that he's going to be in. Apparently right now he is the highest. He's going to be the highest paid fucking OC in history. So, yeah, averaging $6 million a year.
About time we get that. Shit, I'm in the wrong. I need to get my degree, bro. It's like I run that shit, bro. Run that type shit. Shit.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's gonna be just the impact. The impact of the dude with the dude is gonna be. We're saying all these names in the draft, but we got to look and see. Chip Kelly. He was at Oregon. There ain't nobody in college football that runs the way Oregon does. That's why they were number one in the nation. They got beat, but that offense was the best offensive in the NFL. You can't just say all Jackson Dart could do Chip Kelly's offense. You can't.
No.
Lane Kiffin. No, I'm not saying you, what you mentioned. No. I'm not saying that, but we're saying names, and that I'm hearing. Oh, Jackson Dart be perfect in Chip. How do you know that? Is Jackson Dart just like Marcus Mariota, or is he just like, you want to get somebody like that, big, fast. It's not really like an option, but he could take off. That's important to game. That's really important, and you got to be hella smart to run it. But it's more like the other people you have, bro. Like it's gonna be like if you have receivers that run short routes and then they could break it off like that. It's a fast paced, productive, high, and you can expect like a big time play in the midst. It's coming. It's coming.
Well, see, this is the thing though. In order for it to work and Chip Kelly to actually have it work, he's
gotta have the quarterback.
Right, but he's teaching it to kids coming up, barely playing and shit like that. So no matter who he's getting, that's what I was trying to. That was my point.
Yeah.
That they can develop a quarterback no matter who he is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who it is. But see, that's what I'm saying. These guys could possibly fit. I didn't say that. They can mold them into doing that to where it's like you and I don't have the option of getting the top guy. You know what I'm saying? In this draft, anybody else can kind of like mold him into the system because he's taught it on a college level and has been successful on a college level. You see what I mean? So I don't understand why it wouldn't be able to happen, with the Dart type guy, because he's a bigger guy, kind of. He can throw the ball too, and he does move, but it's not like his primary thing. But I'm just saying he does play the RPO pretty well from what I've seen. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm trying to say. It's just like they'll have the right hands on deck to actually mold these guys into where they need to go. You know what I mean? In this system, because he's done
That
it
guy
in college.
That guy has to know and read defenses and very well, you know. And
Yeah.
so he has to be smart. So they're at the combine and they're shit flunk ass dumb. They ain't gonna get him. So we might not even know who this quarterback is. It might not be the top 2 or 3, but we might not even know who Chip Kelly likes because he's seen a lot of them. It might be his own guy in Ohio State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that Chip Kelly didn't let loose. I know that Chip Kelly didn't let loose in the championship game. He could have, but he just used his basic shit. He just used his basic running plays, his basic play action plays, his basic Howard was running the ball, gaining 5 yards a pop. But you can't do that in approach because the athletes on defense are better. Now, when Chip Kelly was with the Eagles, they were one of the highest points in the NFL. That's why when I brought up Shady McCoy's bitching about Chip Kelly. He don't like him because he got rid of all of his friends. But you look at the stats of Shady McCoy, 2013 and 2014, when Chip Kelly was the head coach, best years Shady McCoy ever had. 1,600 yards and 1,300 yards. He never had almost 1,000 ever. And then he's bitching about Chip Kelly because he got rid of his homeboys. He got rid of Deshaun Jackson and shit like that because he was an asshole. Who don't think Deshaun Jackson's an asshole? Everybody.
Yeah.
But I just
We
think
had him
that,
out for 1 year.
as
my opinion.
that's him. He could be that ass. He could be that type of an asshole. I think as a head coach. The thing that's why I'll remind people too. Like he's here as an offensive coordinator. You know, he's gonna
He's probably
be
can't be like
in that room. Yeah, he's going to. You know, that's
you don't make those decisions.
Especially with the way I think. You know, the way I think that of course that shit was probably talked about in the fucking interview process with fucking with Pete. You know, Pete coaches a certain style and he's trying to build a certain fucking how they say culture in that locker room. So it's like I don't think he's going to let Chip Kelly or else he wouldn't be hired. You know what I mean? As like I think he knows what he hired, and I also think there's a reason why he was successful this year too. Like obviously Ohio State, one of the more expensive teams in college football where they pay all their players or whatever. But you've seen how they had a damn good offense. Over there. Will Howard was good. They had a bunch of they ran their offense pretty damn good, man. At times unstoppable. You know what I mean? Even in the playoff games. You know what I mean? Like most of their games, they looked unstoppable at times. You know what I mean? And it's we're gonna see. I think obviously he probably has learned from those times in Philadelphia too. You know what I mean? So I like this as an offensive coordinator. As an offensive coordinator, him being signed today. I don't have no indication where I think he's going to be a bad offensive coordinator. No, I think he's going to elevate this offense.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be pretty
better
evident.
Higher than Bevel. I think it was a better hire than Bevel to me.
Yeah.
I didn't think we could get Chip Kelly. He just came up a national championship, bro. But he's going to get $6 million. So shit.
Yeah, shit.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But a lot of people said like even if he was a shit coach and I've heard other people say it, but it could be just like over exaggerating this shit, whatever. I mean, regardless of whatever, all he has to do is call plays. All he has to do is just talk. He doesn't have to deal with the whole team. All he has to do is call plays, man, and that's all I'm really worried about. Pete Carroll's going to take care of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that he's going to bring in. So I'm not even worried about it. So this is kind of weird for me because we're actually looking and making moves that real organizations would do. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, we're sitting here like unfolding all this shit. This is looking pretty good. You know what I mean? You're looking at somebody that could possibly take this, stay in Vegas you got Carroll, right? Carroll's going to stay here, and now we got, Graham going to be here, right? Graham's already smart already as it is. Pete Carroll can kind of like hand over the fucking, reins to him maybe later. not to a Chip Kelly. You see what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of room for growth here. There's tons of room for growth, and it doesn't matter who comes in and plays quarterback, bro. It's gonna work because they're gonna put a bunch of different players together to actually play team ball. That's what fucking they want to do, team ball, not just one guy over the other. You know what I mean? So I see it working, bro. I see it working.
I just think that, like, you remember the narrative almost at the end of the year? Everybody was, the whole talk was like, who the fuck is going to want to come coach this team? You know, and I think we've actually gotten probably built one of the better coaching staff, or if not the best coaching staffs this offseason from any of the teams that needed a coaching staff. I'm not saying the best coaching staff in the league. What I'm saying is from all the teams that needed a coaching staff, that probably the group of guys that I think that we have are probably the best group, you know what I mean, put together. For me, I mean, probably biased talk from the Raiders, but if you look at it, you know, Patrick Graham has been, you know what I mean, a head coach. Chip Kelly has been a head coach. Pete Carroll has won Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Chip Kelly's coming off a national championship as an offensive coordinator. I think the only one you probably have a lot of, you know, question marks, but you like because of the, you know, the familiarity with the defense and you don't want to switch it up is PG. But I like this trio of coaches. I really do like this. Like the from what the talk of the town, the talk of the nation was after the season was like, who the fuck are we gonna get? Can we even get anybody to want to come over here and coach this fucking team with no quarterback situation and all this shit? And I think we came out really good. At the end of it, I think we came out really good.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even my skepticism with Patrick Graham, you know, it's not that bad. It's just, you know, I'm gonna bitch about third down and shit like that. I'm tired of watching that, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's noticeable on the TV screen is us letting other teams be successful on third down and in the red zone. And then before halftime, everybody scored on us before halftime. Even if it was 20 seconds, a minute, they would always get a halftime score. And then I hate that, bro. If you coach football, bro, it irks the shit out of you. And I felt like it was one of my teams. It was one of my teams that do that, you know. So I don't know. I'll talk about it. We have that problem. I hope. You know, I know that Pete Carroll will fix that because none of his defense did that. So maybe them two bright minds together, you know, that they could fulfill that. Because I know Pete's looking at it. They almost 70% third down conversions against fuck. You know, 60-something% red zone efficiency. That's almost a touchdown almost every two or three touchdowns a game. So
at first, I ain't gonna lie. My opinion says to keep it a bug. No one wanted Carroll at 72 years old. Oh well, he was lucky. He was lucky that he got Seahawks kept him around out of loyalty. Nah, I mean on some real shit. That's what I felt. But I mean, just like McDaniel, just like McDaniel, just like AP, just like fucking Bisaccia, bro. Like I'm backing him, bro. Like fuck it, you know what I mean? But this looks so much better already.
That's crazy because they wanted to get him out of there. They wanted to get him out of there for a couple years already, and he was still able to get that team to scratch your claw to 7-9, bro. Where they were like actively trying to get him out of there. Where you seen that them not trying to, like, they signed fucking Geno Smith to this big ass contract, fucking shit. You know what I mean? Where guys, you kind of see where like, damn, they're not trying to really make, you know, fucking Pete win here, dog. So it's like, at the end of the day, he still had them like that, and those 2 years were still better than fucking 15 of our last 20 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm with Carroll, dog. Carroll is able. He's shit. That's one guy that I've always been a fan of. You know what I mean? With USC, you know what I mean? And it's just because he's always he did something when he made that US, like when USC was not being talked about in college football anymore, and they had fucking Paul Hackett and shit like that. And then he came in and won us fucking national championship after national championship, dog. So he made me a fan since. And now, I mean, he won fucking Super Bowl. Could have went back to back from one fucking play. I mean, because of one play, he didn't go back to back. It's just, it's the no. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of, the Ben Johnson news kind of got me excited because he was the hot thing. But at the end of the day, I think we came out with the best person available, or the best person for this team.
Yep, to rebuild and actually get us moving, bro. I'm excited, bro. Like now it's just
like,
fucking now who's
like,
pulling up.
You hear when it's just people know around the league. Like last year, you heard about when AP got hired. Like, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can repeat the magic that he had from the year before when he took over. Everything was like, let's see. Like now, when you're hearing like as soon as Pete Carroll got the fucking job, all you hear is, damn, bro, they got a good hire because he's going to bring stability. He's going to bring culture. He's going to bring like you hear from almost every single one of his players that used to play with him, dog, like they used to play for him. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and those are guys that played for him. Like we could say it as fans because we wanted somebody else. Oh yeah, he's old and all of this shit. But when you hear players that have actually played for him say that, I'm gonna take their word over anything. So that's why this shit has me excited. I haven't heard one fucking person say this is a fucking bad hire, especially a person that's played for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of people are now it's like the whole AP thing where he was just being rah-rah about that shit. Now everyone's like kind of looking like they're like, oh shit, wait a minute. Like what's going on? Like now motherfuckers are looking at shit like, oh, wait a minute. Like these motherfuckers are being serious now. So now what the fuck are they gonna do? Antennas are fucking raised, bro. Like people are fucking like, you know what I mean? They want to know. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. This is good so far, bro.
I know we ain't gonna get our coach.
I like it. Now, next step is fucking free agency, bro. March free agency. Yeah, free agency March. That's first, then the draft, of course. I mean, obviously they're gonna get on, to work on the draft like now, and on both of those things now. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying next, so like because the next in line is bringing in the players that you're gonna bring in with that amount of money that you're gonna have. Like we gotta put that shit to good use. Now this is Spytek's hour, man. This is Spytek's first job. This is his time to make that first good impression. Is bringing some guys that can get the nation excited, and not just excited with some big names or shit like that. Like, because that will get some of these fans excited just because they're fucking big names and shit like that. Nah, let's get some guys that are still young and still want to, like they said, football guys that just love football, dog. Like, let's bring those type of guys in, and hopefully, this is Spytek's, time to leave that first good impression, man. Hopefully that that's what it's all about. And hopefully this is where Brady can work a little bit of his magic too, and fucking trying to get guys over. You know what I mean? You've seen the effect. Obviously he's not playing, but you've seen the effect when he was in Tampa. Like everybody wanted to go over there for that last year that he was gonna be over there. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's see what type of effect he has now, dog. Especially now that he got some coaches in here. He's got his old buddy at Spytek that got him to go to Tampa. So let's see what type of shit they can do, pull off together, man. Let's see what influence they can have bringing in fucking free agents next month.
Yeah, for sure, baby. So I'll run that. We'll do that. Yeah, we're gonna start getting close to that. We'll start getting ready for the like mocks, different situations. We'll get into it. Yeah. Get into it right now. The season's not even over.
Offensive coordinator today, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, I know a lot about Chip Kelly and what he does, dude. So it's gonna be easy for me. It's gonna be easy what type of player he would get, what type of dude he would want, like on offensive line and things. You gotta be really quick. You gotta be really fast, and you gotta have a grip of stamina. There ain't gonna be no old dudes on there. Ain't gonna be no 30, 32, 33-year-old guys on there, bro. There ain't gonna be that. They're gonna be young dudes. They're gonna be a young ass offensive team. I'll tell you that. Because you can't hang, dude, with that tempo if he does it right.
See, hey, Luis, bro, what you're saying is that like you're worried about who hired him. I think at this point, it's not a Mark Davis hire. I think the way it's been reported is that Brady is running football operations. Pretty much, Marcus is
Pete
listening to
Carroll.
him, and from if you
Pete
listen
Carroll.
to the introduction with Spytech and freaking Pete Carroll, they're on the same page. This ain't gonna be the normal bullshit drama that you hear. Oh, well, this and then that and blah blah blah. It's not gonna be that. This is something. This is a totally different staff.
No, I think
Oh yeah,
and I think that what makes that
yeah,
though, what makes it that is because, and this is
they're
one thing
fucking
that
adults.
no, yeah, and Pete Carroll's going to kind of like he already kind of demands that fucking respect. Like he
Yeah.
knows that Spytek's not going to try to like be that
You know,
dude that's
funky shit.
like he knows the experience that Pete has in this shit. You know what I mean? So he knows that Pete knows the college players too, though. Like
Right.
Pete, he's fucking teaching fucking college classes and shit like that, and fucking USC still. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like Pete knows no matter how old he is, dog. Like he's still not out of touch with that
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the shit. So.
Oh,
I think it's a very different dynamic with this and fucking Telesco and AP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Telesco probably was that guy that was, no, it's gonna be my way. Like, yeah, you could give me your 2 cents, but at the end of the day, it's my pick no matter what.
yeah.
And I just think this is more of a fucking effort between both of them. You know what I mean? Which I think at the end of the day, the coach should have a lot of say in that anyway, because I mean, they're the ones, you know, that need their type of player on the field. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You have to, bro, because you're gonna
Kelly
get
hired the
fired
Raiders.
if that's
enough
right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You have to be in control as a head coach, because if it doesn't work out, you're the one that's gonna get fired and blamed for it, not the
Exactly.
GM. You
Yeah.
can blame the GM all you want. You know, AP started doing that, and then he still
Yeah.
got fired.
Yeah. See,
He
and
got fired
that's
first. So
right. And that's when we started seeing the writing on the wall with AP. And like all the stories that were fucking swirling, that did he have control? And then it comes out that
Now,
they weren't on the same page.
The thing with Chip Kelly though too is that if you see his offense this year, it's not like it was necessarily like it's evolved even with that to it, because like they'll go fast paced when they need to go fast paced, when they know that they have the defense on their heels. They'll prevent, you know, defensive substitutions because they see that the defensive line is getting tired and shit like that. Like he knows when to run a fast-paced offense when he needs to. It's not like before where every single drive was, you know what I mean, get up to the ball and you know they're calling the play at the line and shit like that. It's more if it's an incomplete pass, he'll go into he'll still get into his, you know, get into his huddle and still shit like that. It's still fast-paced when it needs
but
to
it's gonna be
but
quicker.
it's evolved for sure. Like it's not like it. People want to. I don't know if people are still thinking that it's that old Oregon type of, you know, fast paced type shit. It's evolved since then for sure. Because you seen that way different, and you seen that because it has to change. Like when you're in a type of division like the Big Ten. You know what I mean? The Big Ten is a fucking. You know what I mean? They're back to back champions. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a great division over there in Ohio State. I mean, you've seen them lose games in division, but still win the national championship. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a division where there's good defenses, and I think that's one thing that I think Chip Kelly is way more better for this job now than he was before.
Yeah. I mean, even if like there's the reports he's racist and the fucking weird shit, bro, like, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers working crazy hours, whatever, whatnot, but everywhere
he
he
says
went,
that,
he's,
dude.
yeah.
He says he's
But,
racist,
I mean,
and he's a football coach.
yeah, he's a football coach. He's a racist football coach. And lightweight,
What's
and I'm not
the
going to
percentage what's the percent of college and NFL?
Hey, but listen, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Lightweight, there's a lot of people that are just racist, and they're not even they don't have to be white. So shut up. I hate that shit. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like for real. Like there's a lot of fucking Asian people that are racist, not just against white people and black people. They're racist just to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm not trying to get into all that bullshit. Fuck all that. So
I'm racist against aliens.
Yeah, everybody's a little racist, so stop it. Stop lying to yourself.
If you're not from this earth, I'm racist against you, dog. If you're not from this earth.
Don't turn around and get fucking told something and it's like, oh, you're racist. Shut up.
You're purple or green or something like that, maybe.
The Raiders lose on racist on the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah. So nah, man, I'm excited, bro. It's wide open. It's like there's so many different things that can fucking happen, and it's like I'm excited about it. I mean, I wasn't like I'm like, I don't want to touch the fire because it's like, you know what I mean? I don't want to get burnt.
Touch
Like
it.
that's the thing.
Touch it. Stove's on.
Say
Touch
what
it.
you want to say, Lo. Might get us some attention, bro. Say what you want to
It's
say.
fire, dog. Touch it. Don't go ahead. Touch it. It don't hurt.
As long as it ain't me saying it, because I say everything all the time. So you got to take some credit for that sometimes now on this show, bro. You be the asshole of the show, not me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Great, we're turning the corner. That's what me and Mike were talking about. I'm gonna be the asshole, and Gravy's gonna be the positive guy.
I check that off as the way that I know he can. I might just be positive, bro. The defense plays well, and the categories that I like, I just might be happy.
Yeah. Hey, I think it's a good start right now. Now I think the biggest thing though right now, like we could have a good fucking coaching staff and this and that, and you know what I mean, those guys might be able to win us a couple more games here and there. But if we don't get the fucking players that we need in this fucking in free agency and in the draft, then don't matter who we have at coach. We like, you know what I mean? Like I said from last year, with the amount of injuries and the personnel that we had and the quarterback that we had, I don't care if we had fucking Vince Lombardi back there, dog. Like we were gonna win more than 5-6 games. You know what I mean? They would have probably gave us an extra 2 wins. But like we're not gonna get no fuck. They probably would have gave us an extra 2-3 wins, dog. You know what I mean? Kept us, competitive, maybe to the end or something like that. You know what I mean? Finished 8-9, ceiling. But bro, no matter what, we like with that personnel that we had last year, with the amount of injuries, with just the quarterback situation that we were in, it's just nobody's winning with that shit, bro. I think nobody was gonna win with that shit.
Bad
it's just,
decision making.
And that's why I say, like, it don't matter. Like the coaches that we have right now, I like the hires. I like. Yeah. I can say I like all the hires, but if we don't go get the coaches again, we're gonna look bad on the field. Yep. I mean, if we don't go get the players again, we're going to look bad again. So we have to put this $100+ million to good fucking use. And that's why I keep saying this is where Spy Tech has to fucking make a great first impression, dog. Like this is your first time with us and as an actual GM. So the all that shit's gonna fall on you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? With the players that you end up getting on free agency. You know what I mean? So it's gonna fall on you. So this is your fucking chance to fucking make yourself a fucking legend in the nation. You go get yourself some good players and make this fucking incredible 1-year turnaround like the fucking Commanders did last year. Like, damn, bro, you'll be loved forever. But it's gonna take a lot, that's for sure. Because we have a lot to resign within our own, and we have a lot to try to bring in to try to fix the holes that we have.
Yeah. Raider Big has a question. Now that
let
we
me
know
respond to Lewis.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just respond to Lewis. He bringing up Shady again. Yeah. Lewis, I know you got a phone. Look up, Google Shady McCoy's stats. Okay. And listen, I didn't do this. I just remember when Chip Kelly was a coach. It was 2013 through 15. Shady McCoy was traded on 2015 to the Buffalo Bills. That was by Chip Kelly because he got tired of his ass. But those 2 years that he was with Chip Kelly, he got 1,600 yards and I believe 1,300 yards. The most he's ever gotten in any team that he's been on. So, I mean, I don't know what he's mad about. He got mad. He's going to
talk bad about is when
with Shady McCoy.
Shady McCoy's in that room and they're like a podcast together. That's the only time I've already actually
doing it right now.
Talk bad about it. Like, which that could be true. All of that could be true, but I also think that he hasn't played for him in what was that? 8 years ago, 7 years ago, and I don't think he's coming. That's why I say he's not coming back. He's not coming back as a head coach. You know what I mean? He's coming back as a offensive coordinator. So that's why I think it's a whole totally different situation.
I wonder why they call him Shady.
Yeah.
Shady.
Yeah, I think there's always like
Hey, you are definitely correct. Yeah, that Chip Kelly never made like anything, like didn't say anything about it. And there was like shit in between the locker room where people in the locker room didn't like it, but Chip Kelly didn't address it. Okay, yeah, I remember now that was a big thing at that time. I remember that shit when Riley Cooper said that shit and they had it on camera. Yeah,
Riley Cooper. Who the fuck's Riley Cooper?
he was a wide receiver for the Eagles, and he said that shit at like a country concert to somebody, and then nobody there was never really a big deal about it. You know what I mean? And fucking people within the locker room, like people in the locker room weren't feeling that food. Like he was an Eagle, but people in the Eagles locker room wanted him to be like, be suspended or something, and nothing ever happened.
Well, wasn't it like locker room talk?
He kind of ended up getting rid of the guys that kind of had a problem with it a little bit. So that's why it looked a certain way.
Oh, okay.
Who has the biggest mouthpiece? Who has the biggest mouthpieces on the team? Yeah. Deshaun and the fucking Shady McCoy. So get out of here.
Who in the fuck is Avocado Gang? Yeah, she's a great mind. He's
biting
that stuff. Putting up good questions though.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, regardless of that, like
good memory. I remember as soon as you said it, but yep.
I mean, but this is the thing though. Like for me, like bro, like who cares? Like, what is it? Like, I mean,
exactly. Like
nobody can make mistakes.
He's racist. Fuck him. Like fuck that part of him. Fuck him for that part of him. But he's gonna be.
Don't even bring it up.
Coordinator.
You want to win so bad? We'll just hey, you're a racist, but as long as you call some plays, let's go.
I'm pretty sure he had a bunch
of bro. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure he had a bunch of people like, of different races at Ohio State this last year too, though, and they won a world. I mean, they won a national championship. So
they got a game.
They won a national championship, dog. So I mean, like, I like, and I don't know, man. That was
Nah, there's a certain thing Avocado Gang.
It was just out of left field, though. It was out of left field,
nothing personal. You guys know
because I didn't expect Chip Kelly. I didn't even hear about a fucking interview with Chip Kelly or anything like that. So it's like I heard the devil
bet on the hush, bro. That's the Raider way now, bro.
I heard the devil Bevel news was getting a lot of noise and all of that shit, and nothing was being said. So that's why I was kind of being like, I don't know if that barrel, like people could say the Daryl Bevel news was kind of getting hot, but the more you take on a name after you've brought him in a couple of times, I don't think like if it's not said after like the first or second time that you meet with them, I don't think it's gonna get done. You know what I mean? Because like, why is it like, why are they taking with other people, or why are they still looking after they've already interviewed you twice or whatever? You know what I mean? So that was just worried, but I just did not expect Chip Kelly. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it. Doesn't mean I didn't like it. Doesn't mean I didn't like it, but I just didn't expect him to leave Ohio State. I expected him to come back, and he was getting paid well over there. You know what I mean? He was getting paid a lot of fucking at Ohio State. So I just didn't expect him to come.
He is a savant.
Pause.
Wouldn't get paid $6 million.
Stock card.
No, I mean, but close to it.
Just.
I mean, what's his name? Somebody just got paid.
Fucking stupid.
Who just got paid for that got as a defensive coordinator in college too, dog, and he's getting paid like $4 or $5 million. Somebody, I forgot who it is, dog, but it's like, dang.
Hey, Gravy, just I'm sorry not to change the subject, but I was trying to look something up, but something's breaking news. Darion Fox is going to the fucking San Antonio fucking Spurs.
Yeah. And that's all right. Zach Levine's going to the Kings.
That's crazy.
You guys got Zach Levine now.
Yeah.
We got 2 number 1 picks this year. We're gonna get the.
You guys are gonna let Zach Levine go, and all you guys are gonna waive Zach Levine, and the Lakers are gonna pick him up. Man, he's gonna go to the Lakers.
And you guys, you still ain't gonna win shit. I'm telling you, bro. You need to be in a bubble. You need to be in a bubble to win a championship.
Luka.
You know what? Luka's probably gonna have he's probably gonna get hurt, dude.
LeBron, who, dog? Luka.
LeBron.
Luka Garza? Oh no, Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice, dude. 77. What is he? 77 jerseys out there. Like, oh my god.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that number. That's my favorite number.
77. He got an offensive lineman number. That's
he's gonna change his number. Watch. You're gonna change his number back
Give
to
him
like
AD's
fucking.
number. Give him AD's number.
Damn. You said give him AD's number.
No, they really traded. They traded Fox. For real.
I didn't even believe it, dog. Like, I didn't believe that shit last night when they said that shit. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Ash Lord, what's up, bro? You gonna see me in a little bit?
Somebody. They're saying that we got a center. All we need is a big, bro. All we need is a big.
All you need is one big. I know.
One big. We'll find somebody.
They'll get somebody. It's just it's crazy to me how like they wanted to get rid of him so bad that they didn't even ask for the 2 first-round picks along with it. Like for a 25-year-old, I was like, all right, shit. So now the Lakers can use that first-round pick and turn it around and get a center now.
Yeah, get somebody on defense.
I mean,
you're gonna have Luka, bro, and you're gonna go on a 10-game losing streak.
Let's go.
We didn't have AD yesterday, though. And the last 2 games we won, so it's like, and we just beat one of the better teams in New York.
That's why you got the best. That's why you finesse. You finesse Dallas. Hella finesse.
And now Braun doesn't have to do as much. Now Braun doesn't have to do as much. You just let Luka take over. He's supposed to be coming back like in a week or 2.
Damn, man.
Anyways, man, let's get back to this football.
AD is hurt again. That's why I keep saying, dog. He's 32.
He got hurt in the trade.
Is he supposed to be getting like? He's gonna be 32 next month, and he's like an injury prone for his career. I know he hasn't missed that many games recently. This is like his recent injury, where he's gonna miss a week or whatever. But is he gonna get any healthier? No.
He was on a
32, but he got 92-year-old
right now. So no, here's the thing on FaZe. So check this out. So
he's not eligible for it no more.
No, he's not eligible. Yeah, there you go. He's not eligible for that.
He's not eligible for the super max because now that he got traded, he can only get the max, but with the max with the Lakers. But he'll make that on the back end in LA. He ain't worried about that shit. He can only now sign for 4 years with a different team because he could only got the super max if he stays. That's the super max. That's what the super max does for you. It gets you an extra like $90 million, dog. Like if you stay with that team and re-sign with that team, it gives you an extra like 90 million, which you would have been like at 345.
He ain't with that LA shit, bro. He from Croatia or something, bro. He ain't with that. He ain't with that.
He ain't going nowhere, dog. They didn't make that trade for nothing. The Lakers are gonna sign him.
Yeah, someone else moving out. Yeah,
he's gonna be there for 10 years.
Yeah, I heard on the plane. Yeah, bro. Look at the new face of the Lakers. I think they just shut out LeBron, bro. Hey, on some real shit. I know we gotta switch it, but no, it's not though.
It's sports news, dog. It's crazy ass news. That's one of the fucking craziest fucking trades in history, dog. Like in the NBA,
you can't talk about it. Like I got a bunch
of crazy, bro. It's
sports. I think De'Aaron Fox getting traded is bigger than that. I think De'Aaron Fox getting traded is bigger.
Get out of here, bro. Luka averages 30 in his sleep.
Why is he getting traded?
He can drink a beer and fucking be averaging 30 and 8.
Probably can do that.
He does. But
40-year-old. You're leaning at about time because you're leaning on a 40-year-old to score 30 for you almost every night.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I think they traded AD now, because they're like, bro, you're 30, and you're supposed to be you were supposed to take over 3 years ago, and you're still deferring to a 40-year-old. We need somebody to come in here and actually take over.
Yep. Menace, what up, dog?
Hey, Menace, my man. I think he's coming back to it.
It's a crypto channel.
Somebody take a rip for that.
Me and Anna were talking about going to the All-Star in San Francisco, bro. The All-Star weekend.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Oh, so you can go see Bra?
Nah.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna go say goodbye to Fox, bro.
Shit.
Why, dog? He's not going nowhere. He's still be a West.
We got a point guard that's an All-Star. We have a point guard that's an All-Star. Where's yours at?
He could always come back as a fucking, as a Sacramento King down the year.
He's gonna get something in San Antonio, bro. He's gonna get something. He's with Wimby now.
Career, dog. You don't have to say bye to him yet.
He's gone.
Go
Bro.
say bye to
Go
LeBron,
say
dog.
it,
This might be the last time you ever see him, dog. Don't worry. Like, it might be that.
good riddance. Good riddance. Finally,
He keeps
you and your
the
son.
NBA relevant, dog. When he's gone, it's like they're already losing so much fucking shit. Like, they're gonna fucking they're gonna tank, bro. The ratings to the NBA are gonna tank. But
Just
that's
bring
why
up
we watch
Bronny,
football,
bro.
dog. That's why we watch the
Bring up
Raiders,
Bronny,
dog,
bro.
because football is the best fucking sport.
You know what up?
Even if those played like literally only like a fraction of basketball, like it's crazy how much more popular football is than them because they market it so well, dog. Like it's football is everywhere, dog. Like it's basketball is just going downhill. But let's see what Luka does, dog, in LA.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
It's because that we depend on 40-year-olds to save the game.
Exactly.
And there ain't
Exactly.
ain't nobody new that could do it. They're over here
There's no
pulling
reason
out
why
guns and shit in
LeBron
the cars
at
and all
40
that.
years old.
Like,
There's no reason why LeBron at 40 years old should still be one of the best players in the NBA. There's no reason.
going back to the Raiders and Chip Kelly.
Yeah. Chip Kelly, dog. Chip Kelly just needs to do. Hey, no, but that could be. Do you think that they don't? Now I think it's a possibility because I know Will Howard has been talked about recently and shit like that, and maybe he can rise up, you know, and probably jump up in the draft. But I don't think he's going to be a first rounder. So,
yeah,
do you think they go maybe him later on and like maybe go like a Justin Fields or something like that in the fucking, you know, or like because you hear fucking Russ say that he's concentrating on going back to the Pittsburgh. Like his concentration and his main focus is going back to Pittsburgh. Like Russell Wilson, like I know that all could change and he always wants to be politically correct and all of that shit. But I don't know, man. Like, would you want to go like a Will Howard because he knows he could run that type of offense? You know what I mean? You have him there to kind of bring him along, and then you see if you can kind of kickstart fucking what Pittsburgh looked like they did maybe at the beginning of last year. Still question mark because he did get, you know, he still got beat out by, I guess at the end of the day, by Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson's a little older too. So like, hopefully, like let's see if they could bring the most out of fucking like. I wouldn't mind that like at this point, like you know what I mean. But how much is he gonna cost? How much would like a Justin Fields cost? That's the question.
He's a backup right now, bro. So he's not gonna retain $40-50 million shit. You know what I mean? So,
well, yeah, for sure. Like if you want to continue to be the starter, and they were what 3-4-1 or something like that, 3-2 or something like that. Yeah, maybe he gets himself a good paycheck, which I thought that that's the way he was on. Like when we were talking about it, that's the direction he was in. But like, yeah, obviously people are gonna hold out against him. Like you got beat out, you know what I mean? You weren't the starting quarterback at the end of the year. You were a backup. So like maybe we can get him for a cheaper type contract where you don't have to, you know, break the bank on a 1 year, 2 year deal. You know what I mean?
If he wants to come here, then it'll be easy. You know, just seeing like the
and he would help out the running game for Chip.
Yeah, you know, that's the whole thing, Lo. That's the whole thing, Gabe, is that the quarterback is going to have to be involved in a running game. That's why you can't have guys that, you know, they're mentioning names, but
that's why I was waiting for an offensive coordinator to be signed to kind of like even make these type of like where now you can see like, okay, like before I didn't like the idea at all as a fucking for fucking Justin Fields because Chip Kelly was never on the radar. I think Chip Kelly was never on that type of radar with his offense and shit like that, where you've seen a guy like fucking like Mariota in college where he ran the ball effectively and running the ball like as an option type quarterback, you know what I mean, an RPO type quarterback where you still kind of see that a little bit, a lot less. You know what I mean, with Ohio State's, because I think the type of quarterback that he has, but I think he could. I don't know, man. I think it would be something to look at. That wouldn't be a bad idea, because I think the way Chip Kelly runs his offense and the way I think the strengths of a field, I think that could be a good pairing. You know what I mean? Especially for like a 1 year, 2 year type prove it deal. Especially because that doesn't take you away from having to draft still a quarterback. You know what I mean? You can still draft a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying, Gabe. Is like get a veteran or somebody in free agency, and then bring in the new guy, no matter who he is. If you get like a Fields, but all this Sam Donald stuff and Kirk Cousins stuff, that ain't Chip Kelly's type dude, man. Unless it's a 1 year thing, you can win with those guys. You can win games with those guys, and I think we'll win more games with those two that I mentioned, and there's more. But
if Sam Darnold could play the way he played last year, I don't mind it, but he's still going to cost a lot of money.
With Chip Kelly, I would say maybe 75%.
That's the big if.
It's different,
did
bro.
O'Connell give him enough confidence to kind of keep that up? You know what I mean? Like, where can he do it? Darnold showed me a lot different quarterback than he was last year, because I was on the train of he was a fucking bust with all of that shit. But I mean, it's not easy to win that many games. You know what I mean? But he is going to cost a lot of money.
But he has a mastermind teaching him the ropes, bro. He has a mastermind showing him the way. And
I know people say he had the best receiver in the game, but also if he comes here, he's going to have the best tight end in the game, to me. You know what I mean? So
to me, bro, he made the receiver the best, because he threw him the football, and that's where it starts first.
Well, I'm just saying, because people were saying
Justin Jefferson would have got his.
He had those type of stats before he even got there too. But obviously, like he had him up there again. You know what I mean? Like that's why a lot of people give a lot of praise to O'Connell. That's why too, and that's why I say, like, did that rub off enough on him to where he could take it on, for the rest of his career. You know what I mean? And does Chip Kelly, just now work with a better, finished product? You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying, like, I think there's a lot of possibilities now. To me, like the Chip Kelly thing, it's cool, because I think Chip Kelly's gonna need somebody. The only thing that's why I'm saying, and that's a good thing, Rick. Out that's the only thing it says to me. It says goodbye to AOC.
Yeah,
for me,
pretty much. You might keep him around and hope. Like, if you get a young guy and a veteran, and then AOC is gonna be back there a little bit, and he's not gonna fit in for us with Chip Kelly at all. I don't see that at all. A lot of these young quarterbacks that we want to draft, I don't see them at all in Chip Kelly's offense at all.
I don't see AOC in that offense at all.
I don't see this kid Dart. I don't see him in Chip Kelly's offense. I don't see Milroe. I don't see Milroe in that type of offense. I see Cam and Shador in it. Explosive, high.
Tyreek Hill, Chip,
impact
and this
plays.
Offense would be nasty. Make the move for an happy Tyreek Miami.
I think you can go get, like, if you really want to go entice fucking Justin Fields, I think you can get him with a cool number, though, because I think Justin Fields wants to go start. And if Russell Wilson does want to go back to Pittsburgh, and he's already kind of almost been like that he's going to get re-signed there, and go. I think that would be a good thing to go after him. I think you could get him. I think you could go get him, and you could get him for a decent number, to where it's not going to break anything. You're still going to be able to use a lot of that money to fix a lot of other holes, and you can still draft a quarterback with the amount of you got two third-round picks. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So I think it's just I don't know, man. It's a lot of possibilities, but I would try to see if it's serious with that Russell's going back to Pittsburgh. I think you have a good chance of going to go get like a Justin Fields, because all of that fucking Kirk Cousins bullshit talk and or Aaron Rodgers. Like,
Yeah,
like
all that shit's
any
gone.
of that bullshit.
That ain't gonna work. Bro.
Like, miss me with that, dog. Like, miss me with all of that talk, please. Like that shit, no.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah,
we do shit like that and
I was
expect
iffy with the Russ, but like Russell Wilson type news, like big. But you see the fucking, I guess, the connection he's had with him. But I think I like that Russ kind of not shut it down, but what he said today, he's more focused on going back to Pittsburgh. So hopefully that is true, and hopefully they do stay over there. And yeah, because fuck all of that Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers shit.
We don't need that. We want high octane, fast dudes. That's what we want. And we know who they're pursuing. But you know, why would we? Wouldn't it be the dumbest thing? And I've said this to you guys before. Wouldn't it be the dumbest thing if we were at 6 and then we move up and give up picks to move up and we were there already? All we did was just win 2 games, and then we just should have stayed there.
Let's go.
And got the guy we wanted. I'll just think we would look stupid, bro. That'll be the dumbest move ever. You were there, but then you win 2 games and then you drop to 6, and then you move back up when you were there before. You had a chance to take whoever you wanted.
Yeah, but
and then AP still would have got fired. It ain't like those 2 games saved AP's job.
2028.
I just want to see a fucking
Joe
good.
Bill, he's
free agency to where
stiff.
Like I just want them to make a good plan with free agency enough to where like that's why I like going to go pick up a guy like that, like Justin Fields, because that doesn't put so much pressure on going to find a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like now, you know what I mean? Like because I think there is a lot more hope in like a Justin Fields. I know a lot of people are gonna say we gotta stop hoping and all that shit, but I just think Justin Fields is still on that younger side, and I think we could still go draft a guy in the 2nd round if we have to, like a Will Howard. You know what I mean? That's it been in that offense. You know what I mean? But it's I just think that it's the free agency, they have to have a plan to where they're gonna have to fill a lot of holes, though. Like I think and then I don't think there's too many running back guys that we can bring in. I think that's what we do. We are gonna probably look heavy in the draft. But as far as like offensive line, or you know what I mean, as in like
Walker, for real,
offensive line or defensive line and shit like that, like especially the guys that we have to re-sign and Adam Butler and shit like that, we have to address the free agency for sure, though. Like I think we have to bring in that good offensive line to where, I think like Gravy said earlier, the more athletic guys and shit like that, you know what I mean. But you want to get the good top end guys though too, because you have money for it. Because whatever quarterback you bring in here, that's the only way they're going to succeed anyway. You know what I mean? Because they're going to need time and be able to run the ball.
Yeah. And then we got to get a running back because the guys we have ain't cutting it. We know it. So it's expected a high draft pick to get a running back. It's expected. I'm tired of hearing this. Running backs coming diamond up. Nah, bro. Look at the successful running backs right now. They're number 1 picks.
Yeah.
They're number 1 picks or number 2 picks. So obviously through the years we haven't got that hint. We haven't got that hint, just like quarterback. Just like we didn't get the hint with quarterbacks, we did the same thing with running backs. So
and I was gonna say that too. A lot of people are gonna get pissed off. Say if we turn around and they want Shador, Cam, or whatever, whatnot, and they want to get Genty. People are gonna be pissed off that we get Genty at 6. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be. But
I wouldn't be mad.
Like why? I'm not gonna be mad. I mean,
I wouldn't be mad. That couldn't be the worst pick that you make. Shit,
hell no.
There's way worse picks that you can make than that. Yeah, there's way worse picks that you can make than that.
Running back in the draft, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it's gonna,
he's one of the best players in the fucking draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, we gotta develop the running game no matter what.
Like, because people could say, "Oh, you don't ever take a running back that high. You never take a running back that high." But
out of here, bro.
And again, too, like a lot of running backs that you take that high, that have been taking that high, have been NFL greats. You know, fucking Peterson and fucking, you know what I mean, Saquon. Look at Saquon, what he's doing now, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's just guys that are picked that high are for a reason, bro. It's just like it's different when like if they're even thought about being picked in the top 10, it's for a reason. They're special.
Yeah, exactly.
Gibbs and Bijan, you know what I mean? Those are high picks, bro. 11-7 or 11-8 or something like that.
Don't get me wrong. I would want something different. Like if I had my choice, maybe. But if we get him, I'm not gonna be mad.
Right.
Hell no.
Nah.
And he's gonna mix in DJ Turner and that other fast guy we got. What's his name?
Tucker.
So you mean to tell me, like you guys,
Tucker,
if they go get,
he's gonna love them,
him,
bro. He's gonna love them too.
And then they turn around in the second round and go get like a Will Howard or something like that. You gonna be mad? Hell no.
Nope.
No.
I'm cool.
Just being aggressive like that, bro, is unbeknownst to me because I never seen it ever. I've never seen it ever.
I would be fucking
general manager being like that.
Just those 2 picks, if we were to be able to get those 2 picks, like we'll be like, damn, we can go somewhere.
Or even like a Will Johnson, and it's you know, you move up and get a good guard, the best guard that's out there, the number one guard in the draft, or the number one tackle in the draft. You're addressing things that you need drastically, and then you know, if you could push up those thirds and get a second, then get the quarterback you want, or you know, something like that. But you got to, free agency is first, so that's what the priority needs to be. Get a quarterback in free agency. Bring someone in here that's like that. That's Chip Kelly like that. That's what now we could narrow, like Gabe was. He was narrowing down the quarterback that we could see Chip Kelly use. And those are only certain dudes that are out there, bro. There's only certain guys out there that could do it. And it ain't Minshew, it ain't O'Connell, it ain't Bradley. So we got to get a whole new room of quarterbacks.
Would you trade like a second and a third for fucking Matthew Stafford?
Ooh, I'd give up a third. Easy.
2 years? For 2 years?
I'll give him 2 number 3s.
We have 2 thirds.
I'll give you a 3 and a 4.
We have 2 third round picks.
We need a running back. We need receivers. We need offensive.
No, I'm just asking. I like Stafford, man, but that means that you still, because if you get Stafford, I mean, that means you can go first. You don't have to waste your first round pick. You can go high first round pick running back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the diversion of what Chip Kelly does will suffer. The diversion with Stafford in there will suffer, but once you groom another guy that you pick in those third round or whatever, that you can develop him into what you want to do. But we have to factor winning. You know what I mean? If you win, if these guys don't win, they're out of there.
I'm just saying, because then you can get that, and then you still have another third round pick, and you don't give up your first.
Yeah.
So you still have your first and a third, but you give up those 2. That you just basically giving up your second because you're giving up that extra third that you got for Devontae.
I see Stafford fitting in with Chip, but we got to protect that dude, man. You know, he didn't have that protection in Detroit, and you see, he was still good, but he was young. You know. He doesn't have that protection for the Rams now recently, but you know, he got
just throwing shit out there. I mean, throwing shit out there, see what's, you know what I mean? Because everything's a possibility. I don't think we've seen Chip Kelly, you know, kind of being out there. So I think everything is up for, you know, a possibility now. Like, just looking at this, we're gonna see, man, what type of shit they put together. It looks like they're trying to put, like, they're gonna try to do something. I don't think they're gonna sit on their hands and wait for guys to just be like, oh, look, the Raiders have a new stadium, the Raiders have a nice facility, let's like, people, like, they're gonna want it. Like, no, I think the added, you know, now the coach with experience, with Super Bowl experience, and you know what I mean, now you have Brady kind of part of the fucking ownership and all of that shit so I just think, like, and then, you know, Spytek, you know what I mean, kind of has, you know, one of the younger guys who kind of probably be, you know, I just think that it's going to be a different thing now to get players in here. Let's see what type of influence those guys type of have to bringing guys out, because we've been saying like guys should want to come here because of Vegas and all of that shit, but nobody really has like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got some of them. They used to be Raider fans or something like that, like in the case of Devontae and all of that shit, you know. But as far as like guys wanting to come over here, you haven't really seen it. Like, let's see. That's what I think. If anything, that's the only thing I hope Brady can change with this shit. Like, hopefully he can do that type. Like, that could be the biggest influence for him. Like, get guys to want to come here because you can fucking promise them something else on the back end or something like that. I don't give a fuck. Like they say, what was one of the Raiders' fucking rules? Like, as long as they don't know what you're saying, like, fucking, it ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So, because there's plenty of ways you can make that shit up in the back end. But like, I hope Brady can make that type of influence. Get guys to want to come here, dog, during this fucking free agency period, because we need guys. We need fucking players to. With this money, I hope we see some big names fucking come into the building, dog. Like,
I mean, even look at this point, anybody that I think that they're gonna put this staff that they're trying to put together, they're gonna be smart. They're gonna have to be not necessarily frugal, but knowing that if whatever they pick up in free agency is going to really, really affect the draft and shit like that, because we might not even need a running back if we trade for I'm just saying, like a Mixon or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Or we bring in like a Najee Harris, you know what I mean? You might not even need that. You might go a different route, maybe drop back a little bit and pick up a couple other players, like a, you know, defensive tackle a little bit further in the first round, and then move up and try to get, you know, another quarterback or some shit. Like, there's so many possibilities, bro. I'm fucking excited. It's cool. Yeah, this is gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be dope, dog. It's gonna be a crazy little ride. Like, we're gonna see that. It's gonna be. Tell you one thing, if we don't see the names this year, dog, I'm going to talk shit, dog. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm excited now, you know what I mean? Because of what the possibilities are, and they should have no excuses. Like, we were gonna give no excuses for if Telesco stood another year. Like, this guy has no excuses from year one, because he probably has what maybe Telesco. That's the only thing I would ever say Telesco didn't have. Like, that, like, he didn't have the biggest thing with, like, he had to make a lot of opportunity to even have the money that he had available to him when free agency came around. He even had to wait for some money to come available at post June 1st type shit. So that was the only thing that like, you know what I mean, that kind of like had me like still like with Telesco, like, okay, he still has his job maybe because of those type of reasons. He didn't have everything to work with, but so like nobody did last year. So this year, there's no excuses for fucking for this GM, dog. Like, he has a bunch of money, you know what I mean? He just hired a great coach, you know what I mean? Whatever. So like, I think he has all the opportunity. He has a bunch of draft picks too. He has some draft picks to work with from this previous regime that they just got, because he did leave us with some good ones. So I think there's no excuses from year one, you know what I mean, with this one. Shit, if the other one got fired with those excuses, this guy should not have no excuses.
I thought Telesco did a terrible job. He should have.
He did, and what I'm saying, and he brought in.
He did.
Some people thought that he shouldn't have got fired. Is what I'm saying. Like,
he should have had at least half of these guys sewed up in contracts already, and especially the good ones. You know, he should have had Spillane sewed
I'm just
up.
Saying, like, Telesco didn't have as. I would just say that's the only thing Telesco had on his side, that he didn't have as much to work with what Spytek is going to have to work with. Spytek's going to have a lot of fucking money to work with. And draft picks. You know what I mean? So I think they're in a better situation.
Jason Marshall's stupid. Raiders are now the hot chick in the club. Players all around lining up. Stupid.
Well, we're going to see, man. We're going to see if we can fucking get some of those players to come around. Like,
there's going to be guys, bro. No matter who thinks Chip Kelly's a dick or not, there's going to be guys that are going to want to play for him.
Yeah.
There's going to because what you do individually with a Chip Kelly offense, then you're gonna be successful. And a lot of these guys think that way. If I get mines, I'm gonna get paid. You know what I mean? And then that's the way the league is, bro. So a Chip Kelly will get you paid.
Yep.
See, right now, like I think this year, like looking at just looking at just the list of like all the free agents, the top free agents, bro. Like I think this is the year where you have to go for offensive line because it's a lot more. You got a lot more chance to go get help there, like because free agent running backs this year are it's not what it was last year. Free agent wide receivers, you got some guys out there, but they're coming off of injury. You know what I mean? And like you got some other names out there that I don't think you want to see back, like as in Amari Cooper, T. Higgins. I mean, I think that's the biggest name that they have connected to us, but he has a lot of injuries, deals with a lot of injuries. Chris Godwin coming off of injury, Stephon Diggs coming off of injury. You know what I mean? Those are some of the names up there, dog. Like Kevontae Turpin. Not so many big names. Running backs, you got Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Rico Dowell, Javonte Williams. Like you don't have big names like last year where you had Jacobs and you had fucking Henry, you had Saquon. You had all of these fucking guys. You know what I mean? So it's like now it's not that heavy of a free agency class. But now if you go to when you go to offensive tackles and like offensive guards, there's a lot more guys, I think are going to be available. I think we can go fix this line this offensive season if we really are dedicated to going to fix that. I think that part. And edge rushers, I mean, when you look at the edge rushers that are going to be available now, like with the amount, and I think that's why they're not going to press the situation with Kuntz if he does not want to resign.
Yeah.
Because looking at the list, there's a lot of dudes, bro. I don't think that they start to wait around. I don't think that they wait around to see if he's gonna go test free waters. They're gonna let him go test those waters. Like they're not going to harp on. Like they're probably gonna give him a number if he wants to resign. But I think that's one of the stronger positions too if you want to go out and try to help yourself at the edge too in free agency.
Yeah.
There's Khalil Mack, DeMarcus Lawrence, Hassan Reddick, Chase Young, Matt Judon, Josh Sweat, Dante Fowler Jr. Like there's a bunch of dudes that are going to be. There's a bunch of dudes that are going to be free agents this offseason. So, Kuntz, I don't think gets
Judon,
a lot of
Crosby,
and bro.
Hey, Judon, Crosby, and Wilkinson, bro. Fuck, bro.
Bring back Khalil Mack.
Judon did, dude. Why you like Judon
Bring
so
back
much?
Khalil Mack and
finally
finally
get
get
I just think
he's always you like him. He's always a free agent every year.
Hey, what do we bring back? What if we bring back Khalil Mack and we have finally the tandem of Mack and Max? Mack and Max.
That's the old ass Raiders, bro. I don't want that shit.
Hey,
I want that. Bring back the old schoolers.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not gonna complain if we get him either. But that's another one I wouldn't complain if we bring him back. I'm just saying.
Why? If he wanted to be here, he'll be here already. He's been a free agent 4 times. He hasn't came here.
I think it's different though. Now that we have we got Pete. Maybe Pete can want him to come here. You know what I mean? Who knows?
There's a part of me that wants to.
Finally, I could put back on my 52 that I bought the year.
Bro, fuck Tom Brady. There's a part of me that wants the Raiders to fail, so you all stop supporting that fraud. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, it's not about supporting him as like that. It's about supporting the Raiders. He's now an owner of the Raiders, so like that ain't going away forever. He's never letting go of that piece. Because I can tell you that, like the amount of money that the NFL is going and the trajectory that it's going, like it ain't going down anytime soon. His money's just going to double and triple and quadruple and all of that shit. So yeah, he's going to be around for a long time. But so it would not do no justice in me hating because I'll hate forever. And why would I hate on my own team?
Yep. All right, fellas, I'm done. I got to go to fucking work in the morning. So.
Yeah, man. Hey, we have man Tuesday for sure, man. Tuesday we'll come on.
We will be live Tuesday. Thank you guys for everybody pulling up, man. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more news going. We'll talk a little bit about fucking want to do mock drafts.
We'll talk about more free agents. We'll talk about
some
free
Lord,
agents.
what are you talking about, Bobby Wagner, dude?
I like Bobby Wagner. Oh. I like Bobby Wagner. I'll take Bobby Wagner too.
Wait a second. He was running that
There we
deep
go
right
again.
now.
Khalil Mack.
All pro.
Okay. When John Jenkins leaves this team, we're going to be one of the youngest teams in the NFL. If we bring
No,
Khalil
but-
Mack and Bobby Wagner, we're going to be the
Yeah, but
oldest
with the
team in the
amount
freaking
of,
NFL.
but the amount of, the thing is the amount of, young guys that we're gonna have. We're gonna need some of those veterans on this team at certain spots. So I don't know, man. Bobby Wagner is a fucking beast, man. Still a beast right now. I mean, to be all pro, I'm telling you, it ain't easy.
Fucking
If he lost, if Wagner lost a step, Rick, then I don't know how he got all fucking all pro.
Gosh, Lord, you crazy.
Frederickson, fucking stupid. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. Hopefully, you guys have a great week, man. Hopefully, it's short and quick, and you guys get a lot of money, man. And we'll see you guys Tuesday night. Like we tell you guys around this party, be thankful for what you do got, what you don't. Don't drink and drive. We're gonna be out of here, man. Are we doing the Raiders on 3? All right, on 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Raiders! All right, man. Peace out.